The Jaguar F-Type is a villainous sports car that is now only available with a V8 powertrain. So what does that mean as far as fuel economy goes? Well, today we're going to find out. This is Chris here with Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2023 Jaguar F-Type R all-wheel drive coupe. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a look at it. Whew. I have picked a parking lot that is solid ice, and as you can see, it is winter time. We are running snow tires on this F-Type, so figure that into our calculation today. But anyways, here it is, the F-Type R all-wheel drive coupe. This is the top of the line F-Type, though for the 2023 model year, all F-Types come with V8s. They ditch the 4-cylinder, they ditch the V6, and they all get the same 5-liter supercharged V8 powertrain. And well, this one is finished in what they call dark red, but it does appear to be quite brown. I would say that this is a brown car. Anyways, though, we're gonna go ahead and take this on a fuel economy test today. I know this isn't something that's of large concern to people that are buying F-Types, but hear me out. We had one of these F-Type R convertible. We had a convertible, but we had one of these F-Type Rs on our big road trip that we did last summer, and this thing managed over 30 MPG on the highway. Granted, that was in the summer, on summer tires, very ideal conditions, but I'm curious to see what this coupe will do today. Even if it'll manage 25, I'll be quite impressed. So let's go ahead, get out of the cold, hop into this F-Type, and get started with our test. If you want to learn more about the F-Type, we will have a link in the description that'll take you to all of our other F-Type videos. But anyways, why do we perform this test? Well, the EPA's fuel economy test, which gives this Jaguar F-Type R all-wheel drive coupe 24 MPG on the highway, only averages 48 miles per hour. And we know that some people like to take their cars on actual realistic road trips. So what we're going to do today is go out 25 miles and back 25 miles, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a more real world figure. A couple things worth noting for today's test. Outside temperature is 18 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a cold one out today. We're going to be running the climate control inside the cabin at 73 degrees auto. I'm going to try to not get flattened by this GMC van that I don't even think sees me right now. Tire pressures have been set. Hold on a sec. We won't be able to do this during the fuel economy test, so we got to do it now. Okay. Oh, where was I? Tire pressures have been set to their factory door placard indicated 37 PSI cold. And we're going to be using the same gas pump both times, using the same 3-click filling method to get the most accurate results possible. All right, let's go ahead, hop out, grab our first fill. And just over 12.5 gallons of premium fuel going in there for our F-Type. Let's go ahead and hop in and get started. Climate control is set there to 73 degrees auto. We've got our auto trip engaged, so that screen has reset as well. Let's go ahead and start our engine. Begin with the test. Apologies about the fan. You're going to hear the fan a little bit as the car's got to warm up the cabin to 73 before it can calm down. Got a good boy in that Accord Cross Tour over there. Let's see if we can pull out here. Okay. Now, only 3 available driving modes here on the Jaguar F-Type. We've got snow and ice, normal, and dynamic mode. So we're going to stay in normal mode today. No eco mode on this car. But why would you have eco mode on a supercharged V8 sports car? But, and obviously, you know, why would you? Because they don't. So we're going to go ahead and merge on the highway here in about 10 seconds. And I'm going to do my best to drive this F-Type like a normal civilized person. I've been running around all week listening to that 5-liter supercharged V8 scream, but just got to whisper around today, keep our momentum up. Now, the purpose of this test is not to hypermile. I'm simply going to merge onto the highway, set the cruise control to a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour, and just drive like any normal person would to get the most realistic, real-world road trip results possible. Thankful for this long entrance ramp. We can get to a speed, not have to wring that V8 out. right, we are set to 72. Let's see how that translates to our GPS. Looks like we're hovering right around 72. Very easy cruise control system here in this F-Type. Literally all you do is press set on the right-hand side, and that'll do it. You can also set a speed limiter over here on the left portion of the right-hand side of the steering wheel. So then, first highway impressions here with the Jaguar F-Type. Well, it's not as uncomfortable as you may think. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we took one of these on quite an extensive road trip last year, and by the end of it, the only thing that bothered me is that this door panel is quite hard on the elbows. Otherwise, though, these very aggressive looking sport seats are really not that bad. And also, besides the infotainment screen glaring and being invisible at some times, this is a really good car to eat up some miles in. And like I said earlier, EPA is 24. I managed over 30 in a convertible one of these. So we'll just have to see what this thing does after 50 miles. I have high hopes. I'm hoping that it at least meets EPA, because even 24 MPG in a big supercharged V8 like this would be a win in my book. So I'm gonna go ahead and settle in here in the F-Type, and I will catch up with you guys here in about 50 miles once I am towards the end of my trip. Wrapping up our journey here in the Jaguar F-Type R Coupe, and indicated on the cluster 23.4 MPG. A little bit under EPA, but due to things like the fact that it is 16 degrees out, we are on snow tires, and we're doing a little bit of a shorter test today. That doesn't surprise me too much. Overall comfort here in the F-Type has been nice. No real complaints at all. I'm still comfy in this sport seat. I love that power adjust steering column. Sound system is pretty decent. If you want to get a full review on that, make sure you check out Charlie's video. That will be clustered in our link in the description to other F-Type videos. But really, it's been quite a treat. The only thing that I will note is that there are no driver aids per se. You have a lane departure warning, so it'll vibrate the steering wheel if you're out of a lane, but no lane keep assist, no adaptive cruise control, no really anything in here that well, aids you in driving, but that's okay. It's not really something that I would look for in a car in this class. It's not detrimental to me. So honestly, quite all right. Plus, this thing is so easy to drive. It's easy to see out of for the most part, that I don't really have any real complaints. Other than the fact that I was hoping we'd get a little bit better fuel economy, but I think in the summer, in ideal conditions, we'd be well over 25 MPG. So we'll have to see once we get back to the pump what this thing actually got. And with that, I'm going to finish out my last couple miles here, and I will catch up with you guys once I have brimmed the tank here on the F-Type. Just over 2 gallons going in there for our final fill, 2.153. Make sure we get all of that gas in there. All right, let's go ahead, hop in, and see how we did. Today's journey was 52.1 miles. We'll go ahead and divide that by the 2.153 gallons of premium fuel we put into this F-Type. And that gives us 24.2 MPG, just over EPA. Now, if we look at this and then we look at what the car was reading out, about 23.5, I would say that this is pretty accurate, that this car managed right around EPA's estimate of 24 MPG. So take that as you will. I think I'm going to award it 24, just because if you kind of meet these two in the middle, they end up right around 24. So there you go, 24 MPG from our F-Type R. And we'll go ahead and multiply this by 18.5. And that gives you an effective highway cruising range of 440 miles. So actually a pretty good range here for a sports car in this class. An 18.5 gallon tank is pretty big for a car like this, so pretty good to see there. 24 MPG, 440 miles of effective highway cruising range. Now that may not seem like the best thing in the world, but hear me out, okay? For a supercharged V8 all-wheel drive sports car like this, I don't think that's too bad, especially considering, like I said, now for the third time here, we did manage almost 30, or actually I think it was over 30 in our F-Type convertible last summer. So a decently efficient little package here, you know, depending on how you look at it. But overall, I'm proud of the F-Type, and I'm just happy to see that it is still around and with us in the 2023 model year. Again, if you want to learn more about the F-Type, make sure you check the link in the description. That'll take you to all of our other videos on this machine. But as for now, that'll wrap it up for us today. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Chris here with Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.